So the Wii U's Virtual Console will have a bunch of titles in there, and there's going to be a bunch of games, including Earthbound. Alright, let's talk about this. But before we get to this video, let's get to the question of the day. Alright, so stay tuned to the end of this video to find out the answer to the question of the day. Okay, so we got some Wii U updated news, right? Nintendo has announced that the Wii U Virtual Console will officially launch in North America next week with the console's spring firmware update. Oh snap, Wii U! Now we got some games coming out at least, and I mean, I know they're relying on the past. Just they're going to be releasing a bunch of old games. You know, that's what the Virtual Console has been about. These legacy past titles from, you know, Super Nintendo era and even the NES back in the day. And I mean, this could only be a positive thing, I think, overall for the value of the Wii U. It's just that, I mean, again, the lack of originality. It's not anything new or innovative. You know, we're just getting a bunch of the same old games that we've had access to for how many years, how many decades. But let's talk about it. At launch, the Wii U Virtual Console will feature classic Nintendo titles F-Zero, Balloon Fight, Donkey Kong Jr., Excite Bike, Punch-Out!, Super Mario World, Ice Climber, and Kirby's Adventure. Wow. Confirmed that the cult 1995 SNES RPG Earthbound would also be coming to the Wii U Virtual Console this year in North America and Europe. Interesting. Yes, and the eShop, the 3DS eShop, Nintendo will be releasing Mario and Donkey Kong Minis on the Move on May 9th. This year on the 3DS eShop will also see 3 original games from Professor Layton, and what else? Finishing off Nintendo's downloadable announcements, they confirmed that Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages, developed by Capcom, Ages and Seasons will be released for 3DS Virtual Console on May 30th. So a lot of old games are coming back, not necessarily what we're demanding from the Wii U, in terms of you know, an actual new game that has something new to offer and different and utilizes the Wii U's, I don't know, fucking engine. But this is, at least this adds to it, you know. By the way, this is not backwards compatibility. I am sick of fucking downloadable games and things like Xbox Live and all these things. It's not backward compatibility. That's not fucking backwards compatibility. I refuse to accept that as BC. You know, it's just, it's not. Because backwards compatibility is your fucking system being able to play the shit that came out like 10 years ago, 50 years ago. Being able to actually play that hard media, that past CD or that cartridge with that system, the actual physical copy. This isn't backwards compatibility. This is just emulation. The fuck it. This is emulation. This is a port. It's no different than a port. It's putting out the same game on a different system, but it's going to be like a downloadable thing. It's digital. It's fake. It's not the same game that you purchased. It's a fucking piece of memory on a, you know, inside a fucking hard drive that you can just download and store in there in the memory of the system, but it's nothing tangible. It's not a real disc that you paid for from 1992. So this isn't BC, you know. That's not backwards compatibility. BC is taking a copy of, let's say, you know, Crash Bandicoot from the 90s on the original PlayStation and being able to play that on the PS3. That's backwards compatibility. Or a fucking Blu-ray player that came out in 2012 that can play DVDs from, like, you know, 1999. That's BC. You know, and if they ever released a system that could play old N64 cartridges, that would be BC. That would be fucking backward compatible. Like, if the Wii U, you can insert cartridges in there, Super Nintendo, N64, whatever, you know, NES, that would be BC. That would be a real backward compatible system. But this whole downloadable thing is, it's a re-release, which is a different thing. You know, re-releasing games is very different from having the ability to play those original games that came out in their physical copy. It's no different than putting a fucking, like, rehashing God of War, like what the PS3 did, and putting it on a Blu-ray disc, and fucking charging, you know, whatever, $40 for it, in HD format. You know what I mean? Again, it's a re-release. It's not backwards compatibility. It's not like, oh, let me buy the Sly 3 or the Sly collection, Sly 1, 2, and 3, that came out originally for the PS2, but now it's in HD on a single Blu-ray for the PS3. Like, that's not BC. That's just a re-release of old games on a brand new Blu-ray disc that is a different fucking format. It's not the original DVD PS2 discs. So I think I just want to get that through people's fucking heads. It's not BC, damn it. Oh yeah, and as far as Earthbound, man, Earthbound on the Wii U, this game is fucking old as shit, though. Like, I understand the kind of hype around it. Oh, Earthbound, Earthbound, and I'm sure that the fans of Earthbound are gonna want to buy this, but first of all, I don't see the appeal. I don't fucking understand the appeal of Earthbound. This game is like fucking $500, well, a couple $100 at least, in the used market today. You know, try to buy this game inside the packaging, inside the box for the Super Nintendo, and it's like fucking overly expensive. It's not a really super rare game, but it's really valuable for some reason. I mean, I played this game, and it's really not that great. Save yourself some fucking money and just play this thing on emulator, man. Seriously. Go get, like, SNES, SNES 9X, or some other Super Nintendo emulator, and 5 minutes and you can fucking run this game. It's really not that good. And, holy shit. Yo, fuck Earthbound, man. Fuck Earthbound. It's not that good of a game. I tried playing it and I just couldn't get into it. It was really boring and slow, and I thought the combat system, rather, the combat engine wasn't that phenomenal. Like, there's nothing special about it. You know, I played better RPGs than this on the Super Nintendo. Fucking Super Mario RPG, definitely better. Any of the Final Fantasy games, fucking Chrono Trigger, Bahamut Lagoon, you know, Lufia. You know, there's certain games that just fucking destroys Earthbound. I think there's a novelty to this game, though. I think that's why people have I don't know, maybe have a nostalgia towards it. I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't see the appeal of Earthbound. It's an overrated, overhyped game that somehow is valuable for whatever reason. You know, people have some sort of connection to it. Like, it's really not that fun. If you like this game, fine, you know, whatever, to each his own, whatever, you know, like, if it's your cup of tea, fucking enjoy it, but I just don't understand why this game is as valuable, as expensive as it is, and as highly lauded as it is. Like, I just don't get it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, the Virtual Console is a nice little addition, but the Wii U it needs better games. It really needs a more powerful library of AAA next-gen fucking games, because relying on the past has been Nintendo's, I would say that's their downfall. Like, that's the big Achilles heel for these guys, in terms of the long run. Like, who the fuck wants to play a retro system? If I want to play these old Super Nintendo games, I'll just buy a Super Nintendo and fucking play it there. Or, better yet, get the emulator and play it for free. I mean, it's ridiculous. Alright, so this was the answer to the question of the day.